All right, welcome to day 6. Great to have you back. Love all the people that have been turning in videos. Mr. Ledeen and I most times get about 200 or more returned pictures or videos or little notes to us. We really appreciate them. Love that you're attempting to try this on your own. And like we always tell you, if you have a ball that bounces, that's great. It can be fitness ball, some kind of just playground ball, basketball, soccer ball, anything that bounces is great. If you don't have one, anything you can use to manipulate would be excellent. And then finally, if you don't have anything at all to use, then you can simply just use your imagination and try to do it on your own. So our first challenge, just like we did maybe 1 or 2 videos ago, I'm going to have you mirror what I do. So I'm going to start down on my knees, and I want you to try to do everything that I'm doing, depending on your ability. So again, I'm going to stay up nice and tall using our finger pads, and we're just going to start out by dribbling the basketball, just going up and down and controlling the ball. Notice how I have a nice rhythm to it, and I'm not slapping it. I'm controlling it with my finger pads. Now, if you can do that, see if you can control it and go side to side with it. Still using 2 hands to control that ball, going side to side. And then can you go every other hand, taking turns? It's almost like you're drawing the letter V. Can you go one hand to the other, one to the other? And again, I'm controlling it, keeping it in front of me. Next challenge, can you take it, can you dribble it really, really low? This will be tough if you if you don't have a ball that can bounce, it's going to be tough. And can you go high but still keep your hands on top? And now without stopping dribbling, I'm going to see if I can stand up. So I'm going to put one leg out and then the other, and I'm going to keep dribbling, keeping it in front of me. If it's easy, see if you can take a hand off. And again, if you notice right now I'm watching the ball. If you're getting pretty good where you can control it, see if you can look up and not even watch the ball. And if it's really easy, can you close your eyes and just trust that the ball is going to come up. So again, level 1 would be looking at the ball. Level 2 is you're just taking your eyes off it briefly. And level 3 is you're closing your eyes. Next challenge, while standing still, can you go every other? Go every other hand. And final challenge, I know Mr. Ledeen showed you the crossover. Can you go 2 bounces, crossover, 2 bounces, crossover. So 1, 2, cross, 1, 2, cross. And again, work at your level. If you need to watch the ball, that's fine. If you can do it without looking at the ball, it's even better. 1, 2, cross. All right, next challenge here. Now, if you have a little bit of room to do this, that would be great. If you don't have any room to do this, you can just do it stationary. But what we're going to try to do is get you to move a little bit while dribbling. We understand you're not in the gym for most of you, so you don't have a lot of room to move. So I'm going to try to stay just in this little area as I'm dribbling. So now as I'm dribbling, I'm going to see, can I move a little bit forward and still control the ball? Can I go backwards and still control the ball? Can I go to my right and control the ball? And can I go to the left and control the ball? So can you get a little bit of movement where you're going forward, you're going backwards, you're going to the right, and you're going to the left? Can you move around and control that ball? Just work within your little area. We'll give you 30 seconds to practice that. Just starting to move while you're dribbling the basketball. All right, next challenge. We're going to try to teach you a new term that some of you might know, and it's called pivot. Pivot. Pivot's just a fancy way of saying you're going to turn, but you're only turning on one foot. The old school, they would talk about pretend you have a pin or a nail through your shoe, and you can turn on that foot. You notice this foot doesn't move. I can't turn and move it wherever I want. I have to keep it in the same spot. So I'm going to use this gray or silver line here. When I turn, my foot should stay on that line. It's not going anywhere. It stays on that line. It's pivoting. And you can pivot going forward, and you can pivot going backwards. So again, just try that without dribbling. Can you turn on one foot? And then can you turn going the other direction on one foot? Now, what foot should you pivot on? Most people, and I say most because when you get to a high level, it's not always this way, but usually if you're right-handed, which most of you are, you're going to pivot on your left foot. Most people will do that because it brings you into your shooting position more naturally. If you're left-handed, most people pivot on their right foot. Again, there's always people that will do this a little bit different, but most people do that. So our first challenge, and again, I'm going to stay in my little bit of an area. We're going to dribble when you hear the word pivot. So I'm going to be dribbling when I say pivot. You can stop, get your hands ready like you're going to shoot, and then simply turn or pivot on one foot. So again, challenge is going to be dribble. I'll say pivot, pick the ball up like you're going to shoot, and then pivot. Now, a simple way to teach shooting when you're not in person, we talk about making like a book corner or a letter L or a J, depending on how you're looking at it, to get your hands correct. We don't want them both on the outside. We want them putting them together to make a letter. All right, so ready? Begin. So we're just dribbling around, kind of staying in my little area, moving forward and backwards, and pivot. I get my hands ready, and then I'm going to turn on that one foot. I'm going to pivot forward, and then I'm going to pivot going backwards, controlling that ball. All right, dribbling again. See if you can go forward and backwards. Can you switch hands? Work at your ability. If you can, try to have your eyes up, because in real basketball, then you're able to see your teammates and pass the ball. And stop, pivot, get your hands ready again. You pivot on one foot. Again, it's not going to move. Pivoting on one and going the opposite direction. Pivoting. And our final time. Again, just dribbling in your little area, controlling that basketball. And then stop, get your hands ready, and pivot on that one foot. And again, pivot going backwards, or pivot going forward. Okay, we'll do 2 more challenges before we're done for the day. Now, again, you got to make sure you are safe with this. So look around, make sure you have no furniture in the way or anything you can trip over. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to hold it, and I'll turn sideways so you can see. I'll hold it about at my chest or head height. I'm going to drop, spin, and then catch the ball. So again, a drop, spin, catch the ball. If you can go one way, see if you can go the opposite way. Give you about 30 seconds to try this. Again, drop, spin, and then catch with your finger pads. All right, last challenge. We're going to go for 30 seconds here, and we're going to see how many dribbles can you get in 30 seconds. For example, if I start, we say, on your marks, get set, go. And I start and go 3, 4, 5, and and then I lose control, I have to start at 5. Now I'm 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to see how many dribbles you can get in 30 seconds with controlling the basketball. On your marks, set, go. So again, I'm working on controlling it. Hopefully, over the last 6 lessons, your dribbling has improved and your ability to control the basketball has improved. Give this a best chance, give it a try, and I hope everything goes well for you. Have a great day.